Hello, welcome to GridSyntax. My name is Alexander. In this episode, we'll be making big steps toward turning your project into reality. First, we'll use ChatGPT to create a brandable name, and then we'll check all social media platforms to make sure the name is available. We'll go over how to purchase your domain as well as professional email address, and then we'll discuss the differences between static and dynamic websites so you'll know what kind of hosting that you will need. Then we'll go through all your hosting options as well as connecting your domain by updating name servers in case your domain and your hosting are separate. Then we're going to go over the free static hosting options, and I'll deploy a coming soon page live to the web using Netlify. This is where it starts to feel real, so let's jump in. Also, I'm still figuring out this audio thing, so please cut me a break. Thank you. All right, we're going to start off with using ChatGPT to help us brainstorm a great name for a website or app. I'll show you the prompts I use and we'll walk through how to generate a strong, brandable name that will also work across social media. These prompts could always be improved and even combined into one prompt by you. I'll put them in the video description as well as a link to my website where you can download them. Now, when it comes to searching for a name that you like and suits what you're aiming for, it can be quite daunting. You could possibly go through an enormous amount of names. So my advice, don't give up. Your name is out there. So this is an example of the website or app that we're going to be building. Now, when I give the prompts to you, it'll just say, enter your description here. So I'm not going to read these out now. I'm just going to scroll down, and it actually popped out 12 names for us. Nomandia, Driftly, Codwella, Stay Globe. There's quite a few here. Inspiration, Remote, Energetic, things like that. So then on the next prompt, which is way down here, I just plugged in the names of that the ChatGPT just spit out for me. And then it came out with this. It's unavailable or claimed. So these four here are definitely have a presence online. It looks like somebody here is trying to sell this one for $3,000. I don't know about that. I'm not usually in the habit of buying domains like that. And then, of course, these are likely available. And you still need to go ahead and check those out. We're going to check one out here pretty quick. And of course, it spat out a nice summary table for me, so I can scroll all the way down and suggested alternatives. And then there's next steps. So now that we've come up with a few strong name options, check their availability, let's talk about securing your brand and starting with a domain. Now, I do not believe I need to go over how to open up an account for social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or X, or Blue Sky. I should mention that I've run into issues creating a new profile on some of these platforms while also having a personal account. So what worked for me was setting up a separate user profile on my computer that isn't linked to any of my personal accounts. So back to securing our brand. There's lots of domain registrars out there. It's unreal. But I recommend using one that's affordable and easy to manage. And Porkbun is my personal favorite. Now, I have used Hover in the past, and I thought it was great. And there's also Namecheap. But again, back to Porkbun, and all you have to do is copy and paste in your name here. Hit search, and then it's going to search for you. Now, this blank area will tell you whether or not it's registered, or you can inquire to see if you can purchase it, but it'll give you all that you need. Wow.inc, that's expensive, but that's probably not Porkbun, right? Anyways, .com is available. So all you need to do is hit the plus sign here, create your account, and purchase it. Now, I personally like to register my domain and email at the same time. That way, everything's tied together from the start. So if you're serious about your project, I highly recommend securing a professional email like info@yourdomain.com or contact@yourdomain or services@yourdomain right away. I should also mention that there are places like Hostinger and GoDaddy that you can purchase all of these things in one spot. Now, I do suggest being careful because sometimes in the fine print, there are hosts that will actually own the domain. You're just, I guess the word would be, leasing it from them. I am in no way saying that particular site is doing that. So once your domain is secured, you don't have to build out the whole site immediately. A great first step is to put up a simple under construction or coming soon page. And in the next video, we're actually going to build one that you could use, and we are going to use SourceTree, and I will push the code to a GitHub repository. So now we're going to start talking about hosting, where your website will actually live online. So there are two main types of sites that we'll cover through this series, which are static and dynamic. Now, static sites are made with just HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, maybe some JavaScript. They don't really need a database or server-side code. They're just fast and simple to host. Now, dynamic sites, they include languages like PHP and use a database like MySQL. These are more interactive and perfect for things like user logins, search, and content management. Now, of course, GoDaddy is one of them. I personally like Hostinger. It's really fast and it handles PHP and database projects really well. So when the time comes to move your project online, we'll go over how to deploy your code and database to a live server, and we'll do that step by step. So whether you're just registering a domain, grabbing a professional email, or starting to think about hosting, you're laying the foundation for your site to go live. So let's just keep moving forward. I'm just going to get rid of these two here. We are not going to need them. All right, I'm just going to interrupt myself here. Now, as an afterthought, I figured I should show you what to do once you have purchased your hosting plan. So I've already logged into both Porkbun, where I purchased my domain and email, as well as Hostinger, where I have already purchased a hosting plan. Now, there is one critical step in the process if you have purchased your domain and email from one company and your hosting plan from another, and that is changing the name servers on the account where you purchased your domain and email. And in my case, that is Porkbun. But first, we're just going to go over Hostinger just really quickly. And of course, again, the website may be a little different when you visit it. And here are the names of the 3 plans that they do offer, but I usually like to just go down and view all the features, and it'll give you an exact idea of what is included in each plan. Now, there is one plan that is lower than premium. We don't need to go there. That usually includes just one website and things like that. Anyways, so this shows you exactly, how much storage is there and a lot of different things. What you can build using AI, security, technical details is another thing to look at because we will be working with PHP and eventually MySQL. And yes, I do know that some people pronounce that SQL. I just like using MySQL. Anyways, doesn't really matter. And it shows you everything that is included in this area as well. Okay, so you've purchased your plan, and now you need to go through everything after you've purchased your plan. So there's going to be a few questions whether or not this is for you or somebody else. Will you be migrating or creating or uploading your website? And then it'll ask you to enter your domain. Now, you can go through all of these things if you wish, but when you're on that screen, in this case, Hostinger will have its name up here in the middle, and you can just click on that and it will take you to a page that looks like this. And then what you can do is you go over here to rates, and then you go over to the website list. And I've already gone through that, but I didn't go through the name servers. I got this far and thought, you know what? I should really be recording this. Anyways, so here's the guide, and you can click on that. Or if you don't have your domain here, you just click on add website, and it's very easy to just add it. Anyways, so I'm going to check the guide. Just takes a little bit of time to tell you exactly what to do here. So it looks like these are relatively close to the same, so I'm just going to copy the 1, and then all I have to do is change the 1 to the 2 for the second one. So then what you do is you head on over to where you purchased your domain. So then you come in here, and then you find this page. It should load up here, and then you can just go over here to details, and it'll load up this page here. And as you can see, I've got a lot of stuff censored out here because I like my privacy, you know? Anyway, so then what you do is you come over here where it says name servers, and then you click on the edit. Now, of course, if you're not using Porkbun, or if you're using another website, you can just Google, or there should be some documentation, I should say, involved in where to find the name servers. So, and it'll tell you here as well, this could take up to 48 hours. I've never had to wait for 48 hours for that. I have waited quite a few hours, and I have waited overnight. So there we are. So all I did was delete the other ones, pasted that one in there, and then everyone has to be on a separate line. And like I said before, we need to change this one to a 2. Make sure everything is correct, and then hit submit. This is going to take a little bit. I don't know what's going on today. For some reason, I have a very slow internet connection. And there you have it. And that is all you need to do. So then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to log out of Porkbun and then head on back over to Hostinger. Okay, so now we're back here over at Hostinger. So I'm just going to click on website list. Domain is not connected. So clearly, I mean, that was way too quick for that to happen anyways. It hasn't propagated over yet. So I'm going to click on dashboard here really quickly. And then to upload your files for your website. Oh, it looks like it's going to load here too. You click on File Manager. And then, of course, you're being redirected to the file browser area. Okay, so then all you have to do is go over here to public HTML, double click, it'll open. So then it'll load this page, which is the default, and then all you have to do is download, which means download to your computer, or upload from your computer to this. And then, of course, you're going to go to your domain to see what you've built. So anyways, that's just a quick overview of how to use Hostinger. All right, I'll send you back to the video where I rudely interrupted. Now, there are free static hosting platforms like there's Vercel, there's GitHub Pages. I personally like Netlify. And it's a great option for something that's made with, like I said, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript. It's free, fast, and it's really easy to use. I use Netlify just so I can view what's happening online. And also to share my code with other people, where they can actually see the code in action. And you can also, like I said, use GitHub Pages. I just prefer Netlify. I've been using it for a long time. So speaking of a coming soon page, this is the page that we are going to build out in the next video. And it's very plain. Welcome to my website. Of course, you can change all of this. You can change the colors, the placement of the wording. Now, I do have this link here. It is not functional right now. I'm clicking on it. I know you can't tell. But we will be building out the form validation in a Bootstrap modal so people can actually contact you through your domain. But for now, we are going to upload this coming soon page to Netlify. I'll show you how to do that. It's quick and easy. I'm just going to pause the video here. I'm going to log in, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so when you log into Netlify, yours may look a little different, but it's relatively the same. You have extensions that you could look through here. You can also talk about your domains by adding one, registering one, billing, settings. Anyways, I'm not going to go through Netlify this time. So all we really want to do is upload our coming soon simple page and just check it out online. So you can either drag and drop it into here, or you can just click on browse. Oh, let's go back here. Coming soon, upload the whole photo, the whole file folder, and so it's uploading. Deploy success. So view project. So here's the project, and up here, this is the link to what we just uploaded. So click on that, and there we have it. It's online, and you can share your link with anybody that you want. And using it is really, really simple. So I'm just going to close that down. And then, of course, we're going to go to our projects. And when you log in after you've made an initial upload, you click here, add new project, deploy manually, and it's the same thing here. It just looks a little different than the first. Okay, and it's as simple as that to use Netlify. So I'm just going to log out of here. I don't. And there we have it. Well, all right. At this point, we've got our name, domain, possibly our email, a clean coming soon page live on the web. It's a great start. So in the next video, we're going to actually start building out that coming soon page you just saw. We will be using HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, and PHP for form validation and, of course, submission. Then we will use SourceTree to push the project to a GitHub repo so people will have access to the code. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helped you move one step closer to launching your own project. I'll see you in the next one.